been fixed because I'm told that the microphone on Spectre's OBS has been muted. All right, he's not answering my question, therefore we're going to keep going. All right. Well, thank you for that. Hopefully we've solved that problem. Let us know if we haven't. As we mentioned, an impressive running game and an impressive rushing defense for the Yellow Jackets as part of what propelled them to 8-3 as we proceed to get kicked off in this ACC championship game. Tarkenton leading the way. In the top players for the Syracuse Orange, London Fletcher, the middle linebacker, and Mann at left end leading the defense. Top players for the Jackets are Collier and Reed, interestingly enough. Another quarterback backed up by Harris, the halfback. So that's interesting. Reed is getting a little bit of play there, apparently. Okay, great. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Right. Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. No matter what you think of
capacity crowd here, it looks like inside the dome as you see Syracuse leading the Atlantic with 12-0, Clemson 9-3 as the second best record. In the Coastal, Georgia Tech is 8-3 overall, and they beat a tiebreaker to a ranked Virginia team.
Down today to these two conference foes as the winner will be crowned the ACC champion.
Right.
Before we head down to the field for the coin toss, we'd like to remind you this game is brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
How is everybody doing this evening? Thank you for joining us. Some of our regulars, Coach Krieg and Leon, as the Yellow Jackets win and elect to defer. The Orange picking the windy end of the field. The team's getting final instruction before heading out for kickoff. Looks like some bad information there, and coach really trying to make sure that everything gets sorted before they kick off and they know what the rules are. And when they know what the plan is for the audibles on defense. And with that, Syracuse looks like they're ready to take the field.
Georgia Tech is kicking off first, and we're ready to get this game underway. Sends it sailing downfield.
Kraus, just inside the end zone, he catches it and takes it out. Cuts outside. He's around. There's one man. He's on the 50.
He's pushed out of bounds.
And he's got a 70-yard return to the 30-yard line.
To open the game. Now the offense is in great shape to score and make an early statement.
A great defensive performance by the kicker on an incredible return. It's 1st and 10 for Syracuse from the 31-yard line.
So the offense will come out in opponent's territory for their first drive of the game.
They couldn't have asked for better field position than this.
They'll spread the field with 5
wide. 3 down linemen. Looks like a 3-3-5 of some kind. Tarkenton waits.
Taken down immediately.
Lands Allworth at a 40-yard drag route from right to
leading
left.
the conference right now.
He catches the ball and is hit immediately
Everybody
as
in the
defenders
country,
were
including
waiting
the
in zone.
From the 27-yard line. Second down.
Binder now in motion. Tarkenton gets tied up, and a miracle pitch to Binder turns it into a 2-yard gain.
The team morale. It is next man up. They've got to be ready to trust this guy.
Third and 10 now.
From the 31-yard line. Third down. The quarterback
Looks
in
like
the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in the formation.
Way back under behind center.
Gets
It's over the middle to Allworth from the right slot. He gets 28 yards. It's a big play to escape third and 10.
He can take a game over at any
And
time.
first and goal from probably about the 2.5.
First down. First and goal here inside the 5-yard line.
All right. Tarkenton hands it off to Binder, who gets tripped up, and it's a 0-yard gain. Second and goal now. And I'd like to introduce my color commentator for the game, Coach Silent Storm. He's going to be here giving me a hand with some analysis. As it's second and goal, there's a tight end and a halfback on the right. This is another handoff to Binder. This one was not an option, but this one loses a yard as this vaunted Yellow Jackets run defense is absolutely stuffing Syracuse so far this game. Coach Storm, your thoughts?
Yeah, this defense is looking pretty stingy so far. Looks like they kind of knew what Syracuse wanted to do here, and they're trying to eliminate the run game, trying to make this Syracuse offense one-dimensional.
Yeah, well, I mean, looking at their stats ahead of they've got the number 5 running defense in the country.
He can't get away from the pressure.
Tarkenton tries to scramble out and loses 19 yards on the sack. It's going to be fourth and goal from the 24-yard line on the left hash, and they're going to take out the field goal unit for the 41-yard field goal.
Syracuse is looking to go up by 3.
As that is a fantastic defensive stand there from the Yellow Jackets, and
he gets
they just don't want to let it go.
A long field goal.
Let's
get the latest down.
Reese Davis defense having given up the big return to start it, and they come up here and
today's victory gives them their 9th win of the season. And for Urban, he hit the 200-yard mark passing. The Gamecocks win it by 14 in another game. The Golden Eagles came into the day ranked 12th. Although he said they weren't that good, they'll have plenty of ammunition.
Tarkenton keeps going to that, but of course, a lot of Tarkenton's running game is when he scrambles out of the pocket. And if that third down is anything to go by, that doesn't seem like it's going to work very well.
Great kick.
No, if they can play like that, this Georgia Tech defense can lock up something that this Syracuse offense likes to do a lot.
Yeah, and so we'll see. See how adventurous, how aggressive they want to be as we see.
Taking the field for the first time today.
The Yellow Jackets now coming out. It looks like, yes, 2 halfbacks and 1 fullback. This is a flex run formation. They run without motion.
The 27-yard line.
Hand it off to Perez, the fullback. He gets a 2-yard gain right up the middle.
Expect to see a lot of that. This Georgia Tech offense not known for big plays. They're going to nickel and dime you all the way down the field.
I mean, that's true, but they do also have
27-yard line.
the number 5.
Second down.
No, I can't remember. Maybe number 2 2 or 3 running defense. This is a proper triple option. They do hand it off to Perez again. He goes up the gut for 11 yards on the triple option. So motion from left to right there.
Physical momentum. Right there.
But as I was saying, they get almost 300 yards per game on the ground. Now, that is strictly in 15-minute quarters from computer games, but computer versus computer. That's still a very impressive feat as Collier attempts a play-action pass there and gets spun around and just throws the ball out of bounds.
When the defense starts to
yeah,
get
lucky play there for the quarterback to be able to get away from the defense. They had him wrapped up. He was able to break that sack and get the ball away to just be a 2nd and 10 and not a 2nd and long.
Motion and no pitch, and Collier loses 3 yards as there's enough men in the right position running with the triple option left this time. And now
not a good decision there for the quarterback.
No. Well, now it looks like only one fullback, one halfback. Let's see. Yeah, that's an interesting formation. That's ace offset of some sort. And Collier is off the mark. His man would have had the first down probably.
He's got away with one right there. He's very fortunate. Next time he should
proper
just
down
throw it
sense of
away
the
out
word
of
smart.
bounds.
It was right at the line, but didn't work. He's going to force a punt here from Georgia Tech.
Yeah, his receiver was open. He just missed him. He didn't plant his foot and just not a good pass there.
And he makes it out to
the receiver had position.
line.
He had position on 2 defenders, not just one.
Yeah, you couldn't ask a better route from his receiver. His receiver definitely ran a great route there, and he just missed him. I guarantee you'd wish he had that one back.
Oh, yeah. For certain.
And here we go with the offense ready to get things going again. Syracuse is up a
Jackets
field goal.
defense continuing to come out in the 3-3-5. We're seeing a shotgun wide trips this time, and Tarkenton takes advantage of a pancake block by the tight end. And gets a 16-yard rush running really between the tight end and the right slot receiver, who gave a great run block as well. Just fantastic blocking there is what turned that into a first down.
Yeah, his blockers gave him a huge hole there. They definitely sealed it outside to let Tarkenton kind of break out there to the right, and Tarkenton did a little bit what he likes to do, a little bit of shake and bake in there, and picks up a nice gain.
Split big here. Tarkenton keeps it, and he gets past the tackle on the defensive end and cuts upfield because there's no one out there to stop the corner for him. He ends up getting 7 yards on a smart play to the outside. That was also the first defensive play, I believe, from the Yellow Jackets that had 4 down linemen. It looked like an under with the linebackers shifted to the right side of the field.
And he's tackled after positive yardage.
Yeah, it looks like the defense might be trying to do something a little bit different, as Syracuse has had some pretty good-sized plays these last few plays.
Mm-hmm. And they are now in Yellow Jacket territory. And as we see a split, and the Jackets continue to get weirder.
And they make the stop.
Finally gets the pitch, but it's a bit too early as the defender is able to peel off Tarkenton. Well, actually, I'm sorry, he peeled off his blocker and ended up not getting blocked. And that breaks the play, and Bunner loses a yard on the pitch.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good play there.
5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the
and the defender kind of tricked there a little bit there, it looks like, and got targeted pitching a little bit earlier than he'd expected. And it's just a good play by the defender.
6-yard play there to Allworth on the drag route. Well, and it was one of those things where, maybe if Tarkenton had kept it, it would have forced the defender to attempt to go go through the blocker, but he wasn't yet in contact with the blocker and therefore was able to peel off. And it looked like he was about to contact the blocker. And I think that Tarkenton definitely expected the block to happen.
Now he tries to buy some time.
As as Fran Tarkenton is sacked for the loss of 14 as the right side is just swamped with defenders. He attempted to scramble out of the pocket, and really he didn't need to. He just was trying to buy time for the angle route over the middle, and that's a big sack there for
Fourth and long here
Georgia
after the
Tech
sack.
as they push Roby back to punt from his own side of the field. Something that you haven't seen a whole lot of from Syracuse this season.
No, we haven't seen this punt team go on the field very much this season, and just Georgia Tech defense coming out here and just showing that they're not going to get pushed around. That's the second time now, big time third downs that they're coming out here and getting
into
sacked.
the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20.
The punt goes into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. Georgia Tech will start on their own 20.
You never like to have
does really seem like
behind, but a deficit this
Georgia Tech, at least
shouldn't be in
so
the front of their
far,
minds. They just need to go out there and
because
play.
they're eliminating the scrambles. They come out in a sort of a wing bone here, and they hand it off to Perez, who is free and clear for 10 yards up the middle. Tyler Perez, with his third rush, he's got a 7.7-yard average. They're
It's
really
second down, and they're about the length of the football for the first
eliminating
down
the
marker.
scramble, and without the scramble, Tarkenton is having trouble with having enough looks. As the
And he
pitch
makes it out
goes
to
to the
about the
halfback,
31-yard line.
Philip Thomas, who is able to lean across after breaking one defender and get the first down, as the Yellow Jackets are now on their own 31.
Yeah, that Georgia Tech defense, like you were saying, they're eliminating that scramble from Tarkenton, and it's proving to be very effective for them so
Bring it
far.
down around the
Flex from
32-yard
right,
line.
hand off to Perez. He runs into traffic this time. He
Credit
gets
those
stopped
two
after one.
defenses in
That's
that
the end of the
quarter,
first quarter.
or blame the offenses for a lack of production.
The score
Syracuse leads
happened
3-0. Welcome back
before
here. We resume
a
action
minute and
now
a
here
half
in the
had
second
happened in
quarter.
this quarter, and the last 6.5 minutes of the quarter had no scoring whatsoever from either team, as we now see a flex bone again from the Yellow Jackets on 2nd and 9. And off to
about the
Perez
35-yard
again.
line.
He goes outside 2 yards as he gets tied up by an end. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now from their own 35.
These are definitely the situations you want to get this
Third down,
Georgia Tech
6 to go.
offense in. You know that's the offense that they like to run, not the most dominant of passing teams. You always want to get them in these third and longer
Here
situations.
comes the pressure.
Absolutely, as they try to go outside, and
And he hits
Perez,
him
the
hard at the
fullback,
38.
rolls
Perez
over the
picks him up
corner,
about
but
3
he had
yards with the
help
catch.
coming down from the safeties, and they prevented it from going for more than 3 yards. It's going to be 4th and 3. We're going to see another punt here from Georgia Tech.
Jackson is waiting for the snap.
Just like I said, force them into the passing situation. Nothing really there for them. Got to check down. And the Syracuse defense doing what it's done well
Takes it
all
to
season
20.
and claps in on the play.
He makes it
Well,
out to
as we
maybe
now
the
see there's a
36-yard
penalty
line.
on the
Flag
field
down,
on this
and I'm
play.
not sure when it was thrown. Let's find out.
And they call clipping on Georgia Tech. Oh, sorry, no, clipping on Syracuse. On Tracy
That
Porter.
one's going to put him way back.
You just can't block a player from behind like that, or it's going to cost you.
Coach Spectre on the sidelines, livid.
Yeah, not very happy about that one. He's probably
their
going
own
to use that guy a
19-yard
earful.
line. It's first
The
down. Syracuse
league
is up by
absolutely
3.
apparently gave instructions to the refs this season to be very
on the
aggressive about
He's in
clipping.
trouble.
As Tarkenton scrambles
He's
out to
wrapped
the
up for the
right
sack.
and gets caught
After
by the
Marshall.
chasing
That
end.
was
It's a
sack
loss of
number 2.
9.
And again, it was the
First
linebacker
down,
who was
second and
coming in on the
19 now
blitz.
for Tarkenton.
He's done a very good job today
Yeah,
of penetrating
these
the
ends,
line
man,
of
they're
scrimmage
coming
and
out here to
making
play.
plays in the
You can
backfield.
tell that these guys must have watched lots of Syracuse tape
And
to see what he likes to do.
And they are incredibly fast.
No, they are. They're lightning fast.
You shot a normal halfback week on 2nd and 19. Tarkenton from just in front of his end
That's a
zone.
great
Biner
tackle
on
at
the
the
angle
41.
route. He does a stutter step to move outside, and he turns it into an 11-yard gain. Fantastic move there right after catching the ball by Biner.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal move by Biner. This guy It's just got so much athletic ability, and he just put it on display right there with the catch. Just stop immediately, turns back to the other side of the field, and gets a nice gain there.
Tarkenton under center on 3rd and 8 in the eye. Tight end is wide open. Allwood, wide receiver, playing tight end.
Uses their tight ends very
he gets 15 yards.
It can be a nightmare for a defense.
As there was time out in the flat for Tarkenton to throw on the run that time.
Yeah, Georgia Tech's been all over it, but not able to get it there.
They come out on an empty backfield.
Tarkenton doing what he always does and takes advantage of it.
Throw complete, he's hit right away.
All right, I'm looking like I've got a bit of a. I don't see new picture here. Oh, and that's caught up. Yes, lots of technical difficulties here tonight. The bandwidth provided by the stadium here in Carolina is, let's just say that the league's going to be having words with the owner of the stadium over this offseason in order to improve the bandwidth. As it's now 2nd and 6 on a play.
Syracuse
I didn't
has a 3-point lead.
As I provide play-by-play from a undisclosed location, it's me and Dick Cheney here tonight providing play-by-play.
Oh, look at that stat line. Something you don't see very often. Tarkenton averaging negative 1.7 yards to carry.
And he had a 16-yard scramble and is still averaging negative.
Yeah, that Georgia Tech defense is getting after him, but they're going to have to keep that up all game long if they want to have any hope in this game, because if Tarkenton can get going, they'll be in a lot of trouble.
We've got a 1st and 10.
That's
all
true,
on the
but I mean,
they're
still in it. They're still managing it, but it is Syracuse ball, and Georgia Tech hasn't managed to score yet, and we're about almost halfway through the second quarter as Fran Tarkenton gets 13 yards there. So it does seem, at least so far, that Tarkenton can get some yards on the option, but the scramble isn't there.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of containing him on the scramble, but they're going to have to do it in the option play as well, because if he can start exploiting them on this option, like I mentioned before, Tarkenton gets going, this offense will start clicking. But Georgia Tech's got to find a way to get him bottled up.
That's true, but if they start covering the halfback more on the option,
he's at the 30, makes it out to about the 23.
They'll have to allow more probably to Biner up the middle, and they might not want to do that. Biner's pretty good, although personally, given that decision between a quarterback running 3 out in the flat and having to deal with somebody coming up the middle as a halfback, I would much prefer to be dealing with the halfback, and I want to give them the look that says hand it off to the halfback on the option. Personally, I would suspect Georgia Tech's going to switch to that at some point, but who knows how long it'll take as Biner catches a pass out in the flat and spins
that is a great example of the quarterback seeing the whole field and finding the guy who had the best chance of making a catch.
A good read by Tarkenton to find his man Biner, and he's done that a lot this year. And
this is the 9th play.
Like I said before, Biner making the good moves and showing his athletic ability and almost picks up the first down.
Indeed. The defense continues to have a 3-3-5 here. Tarkenton with another option.
This whole drive has been an exhibition in ball control by this offense. Everything seems to be working right now.
I'd expect them to really want to punch this one in here, knowing how the coach is. He's going to want to get a touchdown. His offense has been probably one of the best, if not the best, in League 1 this year.
Well, I mean, they are the best in the country. They've got a 58.8 average, and they've scored 3 in the first half. I think that's a lot down to this Georgia Tech defense. But this Georgia Tech offense, if they come into the second half down 10-0, there's not necessarily a whole lot that they can do. And as we can see here, we've really in the last, I think, 35 yards, Syracuse has begun to understand that they can get yards on the ground, but they can't get yards on the ground out of the scramble. So they're recalculating, and they seem to be moving to a play calling process that, honestly, I haven't seen this season.
Second down, goal to
now,
go.
Syracuse has had technical difficulties because their broadcasting team originally was from the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation in Canada, and they recently got deported. We haven't been able to broadcast the most recent 3 or 4 Syracuse games. But this looks like a playbook, at least in the last 4 or 5 plays, that we
There are some
haven't
guys, when they get
had.
near the goal
We
line,
have
they
not
just have a
seen
knack for
Syracuse
getting the ball
have
into
to
the
go
end
to
zone.
it
That's
yet.
what we saw right there.
The runs are runs, and the passes are passes. And they're not just, calling something and letting Tarkenton, calling something as an RPO and letting Tarkenton decide what to do in the play. The RPO is not there.
And he converts the extra point. Time for an update from the studio. Reese, what
Yeah,
do you
you're
got?
right. The Georgia Tech defense has
Let's head
pretty
out
much
to the
got
Big
that
Ten
eliminated.
Championship
Syracuse is
game.
having to
We've
go
got a tight
a
one
different
going on here.
route,
Nebraska
and it looks
on
like
top,
the coaches made those
17-14.
adjustments. And after being able to
10-0
punch that
in this
one in,
one.
let's see if those adjustments
Knight
continue to
ready
pay
to
off
kick.
for the Orange.
Yeah, but really only in the back half of that last drive.
He just drills.
Oh,
this
absolutely.
one.
Now, Georgia Tech will have the ball. They've got
And it
3 timeouts.
sails out of the end
2
zone for a
minutes and
touchback.
21 seconds. They don't like to pass. They don't like to necessarily move that quickly, although
It was a pretty one-sided
like
first quarter,
Novocaine,
but I wouldn't be surprised if things
flex
changed
bone
in a big
option is
way
something
before
that's
halftime.
designed to break open big plays eventually. We'll see what happens. Handoff
So
to
the big
Perez
fella's
gets
not
blown
easy
up
to bring
for a
down. He
2-yard
finally gets his
loss.
hands on the football. There's just too many
Syracuse
defenders in his
seems to be
face. The guy
cottoning
never
on
had a
to the way
chance.
that Georgia Tech wants to play this game.
Yeah, then their coach is gonna have to try to
It's
make
second down,
adjustments.
12 to go.
Because they're gonna want some sort of points here. If it's a field goal or a touchdown, obviously every team would want a touchdown, but they want to put something on the board before half. So if this keeps not working, they're gonna have to try to figure something else out.
Yep, as the handoff goes to Marshall this time, and it's no gain, so it's going to be 3rd and 12.
Again, like I said, this is exactly the situation you want to put this Georgia Tech offense in. Because they've been averaging over 300 rushing yards a game, not a big passing team. When you put them in these 3rd and 12s, not too many run plays designed to get you 12 yards.
That is correct. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Scotch. Scotch, it's delicious. Collier has time, and Garrett beats his man 33 yards in the first down.
Next time, this defense will be playing on their heels.
Triple move.
So the big
Plenty
game
of time
resulting
in the
from the pass
pocket
play
there.
leaves us with a 1st and 10.
Now 1:09 in live clock for Collier under center.
That was an amazing pass by Collier. Right there. There was defenders all
And he
over the place.
almost has the
Boom, and that was a bad decision. Martin Mayhew had that
That's
read
what separates a
perfectly.
good player
Bounced
from
off
a
of his
great player.
hands.
When you have a
As
chance
the
like
line
that, you need
drive
to take
had,
advantage of it.
The last play, the pass lobbed over the defenders. That one was a line drive, and yeah, the line was at the receiver, but it had to go through the defender. Collier with another attempt here over the middle to Garrett.
And he's hit immediately.
13 yards and first down. They call timeout at 55 seconds. Georgia Tech now within field goal range on the 31-yard line.
Ball on the 31.
They've got 55 seconds and 3 timeouts to get more.
Now he's flushed and they got it.
Collier
Georgia
is
Tech gonna have
sacked
to
for
use their
loss of
second timeout
6
of the
as the
half.
end beats his man and comes in. A huge play for the Syracuse defense, and it costs Georgia Tech their second timeout.
Yeah, a good play by Brooks there to get the pressure and bring him down. This Georgia Tech offense is starting to get a little bit of flow there. But sacks could be big-time drive killers.
He tries it again, and Bailey is there this time, and it's a good return, and he's got only the quarterback to beat. Oh no, sorry, that looks like a lineman, number 63. And that is a turnover as the wide receiver was not
The
open.
45-yard line.
And that's a
First down.
huge play.
The sub-package in
Gives
there
Syracuse the
defensively.
ball
And this
at
5-wide
midfield
receiver
with
set.
return. 43 seconds and 3 timeouts for
He
Tarkenton.
scrambled.
Tarkenton
Under
scrambles.
pressure.
He's got
Throws it
distance
deep.
this time.
For
He
the
throws
10.
it
Finds his
over to
receiver who's
Monk,
all alone.
who has
Touchdown,
no
Orange.
Art Monk, 45 yards and a touchdown. That was a
wide out here truly knows what he has to do to contribute to make his team successful.
Where was the coverage there? There wasn't anybody near him at all.
Right side receiver one too many times, which was the second time, and it was picked off, and then a single play, and it's going to be 17-0. Syracuse, 35 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Collier got lucky the first time, but that second time he didn't get so lucky, and it just so happened to be Bailey on that last one.
Ready for the
And he's got a lot of quarterbacks. He's got a lot of quarterbacks paying for making those foolish mistakes. And then, of course, Starkey didn't find this man arm wide open. Couldn't have asked for an easier
And they can forget about
play.
returning this one.
And like we said, Georgia Tech wanted to get some points. And instead, turn around and give 6 points. So really big momentum shifter for the Orange there.
Well, and absolutely.
Sometimes it's actually better than the game itself. So they prepared themselves very well to have this kind of game.
So clearly
Things
that
are on
was
the verge
zone,
of getting out of
that was a
hand before
zone
we even hit
defense.
the half. These next few
The offense
drives are
ran
going to
a
go a long
route
way
through
in
the
determining
zone.
what kind of game this will end up being.
If it lasted long enough,
And he just gets rid of it.
Good job here by the defense. If you let this quarterback set and throw,
but
they'll
definitely
kill you
busted
all
coverage
game.
right there.
But they got
it was
excellent
busted
pressure on
coverage,
that play.
and unlike previously, the
So it's
ends
2nd and 10. Ball on their own
were close to
25.
Tarkenton that time. He had time. Previously, he hadn't had time.
Yeah, absolutely. If you give Tarkenton time, he's gonna tear you apart. You have to not give him time.
Out of bounds, back to back for Antonio Collier. It's going to be 3rd and 10 at 28 seconds.
Syracuse going to take their first time out of the half.
And looks like Syracuse calls the timeout at 28.
It's 3rd and 10. Ball on the 25.
4 down, 1. So many guys in the box. All 11 of them in the box. And the handoff is to Perez, and he
You
gets
admire their face in the running game, but a pass might have been the better way to go.
Syracuse will take their second time out of the half.
And Perez hadn't fell down there. He got tripped up a little
Jackson
bit. He
is
had
the
some
punter.
room, but they got the Syracuse defense a terrific game. But like we said, a team that averages 58 points a game has put up over 100 and 118 a couple weeks before, and you hold them to 36. That is a great game.
And the defense only gave up 27.
Yeah, they did only give up 27. There was the defense did get an interception, had the fall, the fall in the end zone to get the safety, and so it's the Georgia Tech defense has played the Syracuse offense extremely well compared to a lot of the teams that Syracuse has faced this year, and it's just like you said, the offensive play call was their kryptonite. They could not keep up. I love what you said. The margin, they played the margin game, and the offense was not ready for that, and failed their counterpart. They failed the defense and couldn't keep the margin close.
And it looks like somebody wants a highlight of that, or at least to re-see that interception.
You see, he catches it. He has possession, and he falls.
But he gets hit by another player.
Yeah, it looks like his own player.
And he doesn't touch the ground before he catches it. And that's it. That's the sign of a great